We're all good.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this evening's council meeting. If you haven't already, please silence your cell phones. City of Anamosa City Council agenda, regular session, Monday, February 23rd, 2026, 6 p.m. Anamosa Library Center. 1.0 roll call.
Trump,
Here.
Dave Smith,
Here.
Shada,
Here.
Weimer,
Here.
Dan Smith,
Here.
Kurt,
Here. All 6 council members are present in chambers. 2.0 pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
3.0 consent agenda review and approve. There are 4 items listed before us this evening. I will read all 4, after which council can make a motion that includes the word consent, which will bring all 4 up for discussion in a single vote. Otherwise, council can make a motion on any of the items. Item A, minutes from February 9th, 2026, regular session. Item B, minutes from February 16th, 2026, budget work session. Item C, current bills. Item D, liquor licenses.
Second.
Motion by Kay, second by Brian. Council, you can discuss.
Question, how often do the first aid kits get out? Because I noticed there's a lot of parts for those. Is that once a year or?
No, that's brand new. So all of our first aid kits throughout city facilities were in various conditions. Some of them worse off than others.
Yeah.
So this was kind of a new thing. Several of them got replaced over a period of time. We were working on the billing details and didn't get them until just recently. So they kind of all came through at once.
So when it says install, what does that entail?
So we pay for the materials that we use through them. Otherwise, just having them, there's no charge for that. So this is the initial one. From now on, whatever we use out of it, they will come and replace, and we'll have to pay for that stuff that we use. But that's it.
Thank you.
Is there anything in those that, outdated?
Yes, and that's kind of where we were with our last ones. I will be the first to admit the one at City Hall, it was kind of tucked back in. And of course, we don't have a whole lot of injuries at City Hall. So it kind of just got neglected over a period of time. And a lot of those, containers that some of them are kept in were just really old and outdated. So.
Any other questions, comments? Haley, will you conduct a roll vote, please?
Dave Smith, Shada,
Yes.
Weimer,
Yes.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Trump,
Yes.
Consent motion to approve carries. 4.0 postponed items, unfinished business. 4.1 resolution 2026-07 appropriating funds to outside agencies under the Hotel Motel Grant Program for fiscal year 2027.
Move to approve resolution 2026-07.
Second.
Motion by Todd. Second by Rich. Council discussion. Public comment. For those that may be before us to ask questions about some of these council agenda items, I will attempt to ask for public input after each agenda item. At that time, you can come to the podium, state your name as address of residence, and address the council. Haley, would you conduct a roll vote, please?
Shada,
Yes.
Weimer,
Yes.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Crump,
Yes.
Hickman. Yes.
Motion to approve resolution 2026-07 carries. 5.0 council action items. 5.1 project status update, HR Green.
I'm asking her to unmute, so she probably does.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. Good evening. This is Melissa Clow with HR Green. And to give the Anamosa project status update tonight. If you have any questions, stop me at any time, ask those questions, and if I don't have answers, I will get them to you. Number one, 3rd Street sidewalk extension. We have been receiving DOT comments. They first started the middle of December and most recently at the beginning of this month even. And a number of them have addressed some right-of-way and ADA issues. So I've recently wrapped up taking a look at those and we'll get easements to Jeremiah shortly. I've been working with the surveyor to get those revised. So I know it's kind of been on repeat lately, but that's been the situation there. Number two, the sidewalk program. Some of the information from Tiger Eye was not making sense, so I finally got revisions last week that GIS is working on. I've been in coordination with Jeremiah on that as well, and we are hoping in the next month or so that we will have a presentation and be able to move forward on the sidewalk program and update City Council on where we're at. Number three, the water treatment plant aerator replacement. Woodruff Construction will schedule a pre-construction meeting after the shop drawings for the aerator equipment have been reviewed, materials ordered, and a timeline for delivery known. Number four, sewer in the alley between Ford and North Huber. This project is considered substantially complete as of December 24th. The contractor will finish the remaining items starting in early March after the frost is out and punch list will be completed. Final walkthrough. The final completion contract date is March 31st. So once that warm up starts and is here, expect to have that happen pretty quickly. City GIS, continued maintenance of the GIS database. Cemetery application training for Molly was held on Thursday, February 19th. And then the new experience builder applications being built to align with depreciation of the web app builder. I am not sure what that means. If you have questions, please let me know and I will ask Mike Liska with our GIS department. All existing apps are being converted to this new application design. So as I find out more of that, I can forward that on to Jeremiah to share with you. Number six, sanitary sewer rehab near Elm Street and Hickory Street. The contractor is scheduling a pre-construction meeting directly with the city. HR Green will provide shop drawing review and assist with any construction related questions. I was not given a start date for that, so that should be coordinated directly with the city. Number seven, City of Anamosa Master Services Agreement. Last month, we worked on a scope of services for Ford Street, which I know that has been changed up a little bit. So I'll coordinate some more on that for any other upcoming projects. And then we also worked on the January project status report. Are there any questions from anyone?
Melissa, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Are you guys going to provide inspection services for the sewer over on Hickory and Elm?
Let me see. We have, so I was not involved in writing that proposal. I can go ahead and double check that and get an answer to Jeremiah tomorrow. Based on what Haley has written here with assisting with construction related questions, my understanding is that we are not.
That is correct, Melissa. Steve Agnes, Utility Superintendent. We opted to take that out since it's a pretty straightforward two couple manholes or short chunk of sewer and then the lining. So we had opted to save some money, and Shane and I will do the observation for that. If we have any questions, we've got Haley to back us up, and she has a visitor too, if need be, in there, if we can't figure it out over the phone.
Okay, thank you.
Melissa, what does the January project status report, what is that about? Maybe somebody can tell me.
Everything we just talked.
That was this one that I'm reading right now was the February. We do a project status report every month for the city. So that was the time that it took to do this, or that was what we did last month for the project status report.
So that's pretty much what you're doing right now then.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have 2 or 3 other project managers between the water, sewer, and GIS departments, and then I'm with transportation. So we all summarize basically what projects we're working on in Anamosa, just for you guys.
Great, thank you.
Any questions from council? Melissa, thanks for being available this evening to give this updated report.
Not a problem. I appreciate it.
5.2 Resolution 2026-08 to set the wage for the position of full-time police officer for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026.
Move to approve resolution 2026-08.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Todd. Council discussion. Public comment. Haley, would you conduct a roll vote, please?
Weimer,
Yes.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Crump,
Yes.
Kate Smith, Shayla,
Yes.
Motion to approve resolution 2026-08 carries. Before we move forward with 5.3, Chief Minahan had reached out to me and asked if it would be appropriate to swear the newly hired officer in, with Landon Graham being a local hero. I thought that would be very fitting. So, Chief Minahan, would you conduct the oath of office?
Good evening, Nicole Minahan, Chief of Police. I'd like to be the first to welcome Landon Graham to our team. If you'd step forward, please. All right, go ahead and raise your right hand.
All right.
Repeat after me. I, Landon Graham,
I, Landon Graham,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties
discharge all the duties
of the police officer
of the police officer
in the city of Anamosa,
in the city of Anamosa,
Jones County, Iowa,
Jones County, Iowa,
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you.
I'm ready to hear it.
Yep. Thank you, Chief.
Landon, thank you for the service you're about to give to the city of Anamosa. On behalf of the city and the Anamosa Police Department, I'd like to welcome you to the APD and the city of Anamosa team.
Thank you.
5.3, resolution 2026-09 to set the wage for the position of full-time marketing and outreach librarian for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026.
Second.
Motion by Kay, second by Rich. Council discussion. Public comment. David?
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Crump,
Yes.
Dave Smith. Yeah. Shada,
Yes.
Weimer,
Yes.
Motion to approve resolution 2026-09 for the full-time marketing and outreach librarian carries. Individual will be among us this evening.
Unfortunately.
5.4, resolution 2026-10. Approving the removal of a library trustee from the library board of trustees.
Move to approve resolution number.
Before you make the motion, the position of the trustee for the library is an appointed position by the mayor, which then there's follow-up of the council approving. So we need to do that in reverse this evening. Being the individual has not been attending regular library meetings for a duration of time. Because of that, I am unappointing the individual to the library board. Now I would entertain a motion.
Move to approve resolution number 2026-10.
Second.
Motion by Todd, second by Rich. Council discussion. Public comment. Andy, would you please conduct a roll vote?
Kurt,
Yes.
Crump,
Yes.
Dave Smith. Yeah. Shada,
Yes.
Weimer,
Yes.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Motion to approve resolution 2026-10 carries. Aaron and I will assume at some point in the near future, you will come for us, someone to fill that position.
Hopefully anyway, yeah.
5.5, review and approve fiscal year 27 expenditure budget.
Lots of information in here. This is a result of our budget work sessions. Just want to let the council know, we took into account, all the discussions that we had. I will say the general nature of this has not changed, just had to move things around a little bit. Took some of the projects out of the capital project as we discussed. Added a little bit back in for library training, and then the police department. I shuffled a little bit around, so some of it is coming from the lost fund that we were going to get for some new taser equipment. So we aren't required to take it from the general fund. And in a conversation with Chief Minahan, we're going to try to lower that just a bit. We think we can possibly get away with one less piece of equipment. So you'll notice some minor changes to it, but overall, everything that was discussed is put in here pretty much as is. I also wanted to note, this is new this year. The final 2 pages of this are from the state budget form that we'll be required to submit. This is a preliminary, but I went ahead and put the numbers in there so we could kind of see in advance what it's going to look like. So again, it's not official, but this is what we will file here this coming week. Any questions on any of this?
Well, is that how we left the? Because I thought we were just doing one capital improvement on that, on the streets, or what's going on with the Hamilton Street? That's something you felt that we needed to do right away?
No, so the Hamilton Street was there was actually two that were a portion of the Hamilton
Right.
Street that remained in there. They were both technically separate projects, but occurring at the same location.
So the Division Street Bridge is still on track.
I believe I left this in there, yes. Also communicate with HR Green. We may have some possible bridge funding that we can access that'll help that as well. There's some other financial logistics that need to occur also. As Melissa alluded to earlier, the Ford Street, we talked about that originally. Excluded that for the time being, but she did advise that we may have some funds, STGB funds that could become available. But I'm not sure if we'll make those. We have to apply for those funds, so we may get them next fiscal year, and maybe it'll proceed depending. But for right now, we'll just leave as is and keep that project out.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Public comment? Jeremiah will likely ask this same question as we move forward with the final approval and adoption of the fiscal year 27 budget. If you recall what the budget decrease was from the previous year.
As of right now, it is a decrease of 0.51%.
Thank you.
I'll move to approve the budget.
Motion by Rich, second by Kay. Council discussion. Public comment. Got a little ahead of myself there, going to public before I had the motion on the floor. Bailey, would you please conduct a roll vote?
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Crump,
Yes.
Dave Smith. Yes. Shada,
Yes.
Weimer,
Yes.
Motion to approve fiscal year 27 budget carries. 5.6, review and approve consent agenda pay request totaling $95,488.92. There are three items listed. I will read all three, which council can make a motion that includes consent. That'll bring all three up for discussion in a single vote, or council can make a motion on any of the items. Item A from ECOG in the amount of $1,425 for the downtown facade revitalization project. Item B from Martin Garner in the amount of $6,500 for the downtown facade revitalization project. Item C from WRH Inc. in the amount of $87,563.92 for the Flow EQ Basin project.
I'll make the motion to approve consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Dan, second by Todd. Council discussion.
Yes. Underneath the Martin Gardner bill. So are we get billed for when a downtown property owner calls him up and asks a question?
I don't believe so. I believe it's part of the scope of their service. It's only if we generally don't, but if Derek were to contact them, then services kick in. Otherwise, there is a allowance for certain standard services for downtown property owners to communicate during that process.
I'm just curious because it states, call from Todd Boone.
Yeah, there's a period of input. I am not familiar with that, but I can have Derek provide an update on that more clearly. where there's some communication going back and forth that's standard and part of that. If there's anything additional beyond that, I'll have to have Derek clarify for us.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, on this final payment to WRH, is this project closed out now?
Steve, do you recall? I just had an email earlier this week. We're working on it. I think we got one or maybe two more.
One or two more. The only thing that I know of that is left to complete, they seeded in the fall. And it was late enough, they were not for sure if the seeding would take, so they might have to come back and reseed in the spring once it starts growing. Other than that, as far as all of the equipment and everything like that, everything is installed, everything is operational.
Okay, thank you.
Nick Eisenbacher had sent this from Snyder. Just wanted to let us know the project has reached substantial completion, waiting for a couple of punch list items, but they'll have the final pay request and recommendation to accept the project. So it's on the way.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions from council? Public comment? Haley, please.
Weimer,
Yes.
Shada,
Yes.
Kate Smith. Yes. Trump,
Yes.
Hurt,
Yes.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Motion to approve consent agenda items carries. 6.0 City Administrator's Report.
Just a reminder, spring cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, right? 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then if I could, I would like to yield my time. I got two department directors. We'll, I guess, get the bigger one out of the way first. Had a bit of a mishap at the wastewater treatment plant. I think most people are aware of.
It's utility superintendent. Yes, as we all know, it's been an interesting week at the wastewater plant. So just a little background, a little more details. 2:30 Wednesday morning, my phone rang. It was the SCADA computer calling me. SCADA had a seizure. It wouldn't tell me what was wrong. So I got up, went and put my glasses on, tried logging in through the two apps that I have on my phone. Could not get anything to respond. So, okay, get dressed, get in the truck, head to town, figure out what's going on. As I then pulled into the gate at the as I'm driving down Walworth Hill, I can see, I thought originally was steam coming off the plant. It was not. When I pulled in the driveway, got in the gate just far enough where I could see more of the building, that's when I seen the flames coming out of the one garage door from the blower room. There was some citizens that heard explosions, called it in. I threw my truck in reverse to back up to get the gate propped open right as that time as the city officer on duty was pulling in the driveway. Told him make sure that the fire department was on the way. I pulled in. After I got that gate locked open, pulled in, pulled down and around, opened up the other gate to make sure that the fire department could get in, depending on which driveway, if they weren't for sure which one to come in, wanted to make sure both was there. By the time I got the second gate open, the first fire truck showed up. They got going on putting water. I helped the fire department get some hoses out, get hooked to the hydrant so they could start putting the fire out. In the meantime, in the morning, then shortly after that, I started calling Hawkeye Electric because they're doing most of our major electrical work. Worked to get a hold of them, got a hold of Jetco, had to wait till later in the day, later in the morning, closer to 8 o'clock to get a hold of the DNR, our blower people, stuff like that. Got all the contacts made, DNR notified by between 8 and 8:30. Once the fire department cleared the scene where it was safe for us to go in, we started assessing the situation and figuring out what happened, what was damaged, and what we need to do next. During the day, after that was done, we cleaned up the floor in the immediate area after we took a bunch of pictures. So that way the electricians and stuff wouldn't be walking through the debris from the truck that caught on fire. and was burnt to the ground. We got that stuff with Shane's guys' help, got that stuff cleaned. We took all the equipment for the lab to the water plant to set the move of the lab up there. So it was a clean environment compared to what we had down there. And just everybody was doing their part. Hawkeye was working on trying to pull wires or figure out what they had to do. They went and got some temporary cables, was managed to get one blower back up and running. The company that services the air dryer and also does some compressor work if we need it. They were in there inspecting the air compressors because we needed an air compressor to run 2 open and closed valves on the plant. By 3 o'clock, they did get a blower running. So basically in 12 hours, we had a blower running. The plant just wasn't aerating for that time, but we got a blower running, got aeration started. We got an air compressor wired up, working temporarily, and Jetco stayed till about 7 or 7:30 that night, working on the SCADA system to make sure that it was operational. My guys then took every 2 hours, one of them would come in, walk through the plant, make sure everything's good, and then go home. So they did that all night long, and they told me to stay home, which I did. Come in the next morning, Hawkeye showed up at 6 o'clock, continued to work on wiring and stuff like that to try to get us functioning. We found a couple issues with the internet, got NVLink in there, got the internet going. So by noon on Thursday, if we had an alarm, it would now call my phone again. So from here on forward, we've been working. The adjuster was there Friday. Some of these days have been kind of a blur, so I apologize for not knowing the exact day. Friday, the adjuster was there, come in, walk through, took a ton of pictures. Today, the technical inspector was there to look at the blower to see if that's what his opinion is what caused the problem. We have a building inspector coming on Wednesday because we found out Wednesday the garage door, for whatever reason, opened before the power wires were burned off, which probably saved me because then I didn't just walk in the building from the west door. But we found when we were taking the garage door down, part of the caulk between the cement panels that the building is built out of was soft. So the adjuster recommended an engineer come in and look at the building. So he's coming Wednesday to inspect the building. So no real cleanup has been done. Once that's done, ServPro will come in and start cleaning up and going. So Hawkeye's been really great about getting parts found, and it's just a matter of getting conduit and wire pulled as of right now. So after the council meeting is over, if the council would like to go down and walk through, I will go down and open the wastewater plant and show you guys what it looks like. So what are your questions?
Did your VFDs get damaged?
2 out of the 3 did. 2 blowers are down. The third one is starting to make some funny noises, so we're probably going to have to tear that one down and get it looked at also. The air compressors, one for sure survived. We haven't got power to the second air compressor yet, but the air dryer that sits between them was damaged in the process. So until the electricians get power to the second air compressor, we don't know if that's been damaged or not.
At any time, was there untreated waste going into the river?
We did not bypass the whole time. There was always power when the firemen went in and shut down the power. They didn't shut down everything, so there was still power going to the headworks. The wastewater was being pumped into the plant. It was just not being aerated. So it went through the plant the whole time. So I have to get a hold of Michelle tomorrow, once we complete some tests that we ran on Wednesday, and give her the results, because they're just curious, how the plant reacted with the air being shut off for 12 hours. So
If you were to get in that situation again, Steve, could you just divert everything to the retention tank?
we come for a period of time as long as we have power to the headworks.
Just throwing it out there.
Well, but
Well, I'd like to thank you and your crew and the streets department for helping out and getting this taken care of. I know there's a lot more work to do. Thank you.
Well, thanks for the quick response from law enforcement and fire department too. That seemed to have been done very quickly.
so I just will ask, is anyone interested after the meeting in going down?
I'll run down there with you.
Yeah.
That's fine. Brian? Anyone else?
Well, I would go, except I think it probably would be, if there's 4, would be violation of open meeting laws. So I will wait until later.
Okay.
Rich, you can go on Mike.
No, you go ahead and go but I just think that because it wasn't an agenda item, I don't think that we can assemble with more than 3.
Okay, that's fine. The rest can just reach out, and if you want to come down, I would probably recommend to do it if you want to see it in the condition that it's in, try to do it in the next couple of days, just because otherwise, as soon as I get the word from the adjuster, we're going to pull out blower 2 and get it out of there. So that way ServPro doesn't think that they have to clean that because it's beyond cleaning. So.
But I will say, like these guys, the quick response from not only you guys, streets, police, fire, but also having all of your providers show up and get things done. I'm glad to hear that they were Johnny on the spot, so to speak, to get us back up and going. I'm glad everything worked out. There was no loss of anybody's life or anything, so that's always a good outcome.
It is. It's a very good outcome. So, any other questions of me? Okay.
Next, I guess I would just yield my time to Marshall. Had the father-daughter dance this weekend and let him talk a little bit about it.
Marshall Weber. I'm the Recreation Department Director. I'll just kind of give a quick update of the event. We had around 224 to 226 participants. I just want to thank you to all my staff who have helped set up and tear down all of that. We couldn't have, done it with all of that help. It was catered. We had a nice catered meal. I had to clean up some vomit, but other than that, it was a good night. And we're planning already for next year. We're trying to figure out how we can get more people in there. So if you have any questions. All right. Thank you.
Also, do you have any questions or comments for Jeremiah? 7.0 mayor and council reports. 7.1 mayor's report. Several of the council members have alluded to the incident we had last week, so I'll keep this very brief. As far as the public utilities department and the streets personnel and their teams, when I arrived at the scene last Wednesday morning, they had completed just about all the tasks except for relocating to the water treatment plant. What that told me was that they were there early. They worked diligently, and as a a unified team to get everything taken care of. So Steve and Shane, please take back to your individual teams the appreciation of the city for them to step up to that level and take care of business. Also, when I arrived, the fire department was pretty much dispersed. The fire was out. But Chief Dan Frank and one of his lead people, Wes Coop, were still on the scene. Dan, one thing that became very apparent to me while I was there was the professionalism you and Wes conducted. Don't know nothing about fighting fires, but you appear to be very thorough in looking over to find the cause and determine if there were any lingering effects that could become safety hazard. So would you please take back to the firemen the appreciation on the city's behalf for their quick response to put that fire out, as it probably could have been a lot worse. That's all I have as far as reporting. 7.2 council reports.
Well, while many people were dancing at the LCC, some of us were doing pancakes and sausage and playing games here. And we also had a nice turnout. It was a good time.
You didn't have messes to clean up.
Well, we got a lot before the nothing were really evident. You know, I'm thinking that way.
Marshall, looks like you were the only one that drew that short a straw.
I guess I did.
Anyone else, any other council reports? 8.0, public comment for items not on the agenda. 9.0 adjournment. This evening meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.